Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Joe, and it's time for Pocket with Joe. I'm excited to be here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's already in the chat. See you guys out there. So I appreciate it. We are going to have a great show today. We've got a ton of games to go over today. Of course, I have my long shot parlay that I'm going to put up. $10 pays $2,636.42. I have a safer parlay, but $10 on this one also pays $2,278 and change. So I've got these parlays for you guys. Let's make some freaking money today. I'm with you, Matt. Let's make some freaking money on the ice. I want to thank you guys for watching. You are either on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. We are all over the place. So thanks, guys. We're going to jump right into this because we don't have a lot of time today because we've got so many games. Now, a couple of stats I want to look at today that I find really interesting. If we look at home underdogs off a win in the last in the last 30 days, they're hitting 9 and 3. So that's 75%. So we're going to look at a couple of these home underdogs today. Those three teams to look at are the Red Wings, the Blackhawks, and the Sharks. They've been strong, that home underdog off a win. So we're going to be looking at those. But we're going to jump straight into the Arizona Coyotes versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. We know the Columbus Blue Jackets have been rolling so strong. So they have been playing phenomenal. They're averaging 3.14 goals per game on 30.4 shots on goal. Now, the Arizona Coyotes definitely have the ability to always come in and pull off the upset. They're averaging 2.6 goals per game. Only 24 shots on goal. Now, we've seen the Columbus Blue Jackets allowing those shots on goal, allowing 34 and 3.86 goals per game. But the Arizona Coyotes, defensively, this team has not been doing well, allowing an average of 5.2 goals per game and completely struggling to limit teams' shots on goals, allowing 37.2. Now, we see strong trends for the road team in this situation, going 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams, but I can't trust the Coyotes. They are 2-10 in their last 12 meetings in Columbus. Now, Columbus coming in as a huge favorite here, so you can't get them here on the money line. It's minus 210. We have a total of 6.5. I think you can look at the over in this one. When we look at Columbus's, it's hard to say Columbus's, last 6 home games, all 6 have gone over the posted total. So this total is 6.5. While it is high, I do think we can go over this. I'm also looking at the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have been making money taking their team total over week in, week out, no matter if they're the favorite or the dog. They have been going over this number. I really like what we've seen out of this team. So their team total is 3.5. We're paying a little bit of juice here, going over that 3.5 at minus 134. But I do like it in this game. The last time these two teams came out, Columbus got the win 5-4. So it was a higher scoring game. If I'm looking at which team I trust more to get those goals, it is, of course, the Columbus Blue Jackets. So that's why I'm looking at their team total as well. Tarasov, their goalie, I like what I've seen out of him so far. He's been holding teams strong to 3.3 goals per game. Let's move on to the next one. And another thing, before I forget about the Columbus Blue Jackets, they are so phenomenally good at staying out of that penalty box. The Arizona Coyotes come in here almost doubled in their time they spend in the penalty box. So I really do think Columbus has the upper hand here. Again, thanks, you guys. I'm seeing so many of you over here on YouTube in the comments. Really appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in here and chatting. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It definitely does help me over here, especially on YouTube. Let's get on to the next game. We got the Dallas Stars taking on the Boston Bruins. Now, the Bruins coming in as a favorite at minus 154 here, plus 128 for the Dallas Stars, and we have a total of 6. Now, this game is going to be phenomenal. We've got 2 of probably the best teams in the league. I really like what I'm seeing out of both of these teams. Both strong on those penalty kills as well, with Dallas getting that penalty kill 90% of the time, in Boston 90.9% of the time. So second and third teams in the league for those penalty kills. Now, fantastic goalies as well here, with Ottinger expected for the Dallas Stars. Now, he has a goals against average of 1.25. We have Omar expected for the Boston Bruins, 2.23. Now, You guys all know the story has really changed for this Boston Bruins team. They're getting those goals on the board this season. Really strong offensively, averaging 4.33 goals per game and 36.7 shots on goal. The Dallas Stars roll in here hot offensively too, averaging 3.67. These are two teams that last season we really counted on their defenses to step up and get them the wins. And their defenses are still doing solid, especially for the Dallas Stars, only allowing 2 goals per game and 32.7 shots on goal. Boston, on the other hand, they are hitting over that 3, allowing 3.17 and 31.5. But I do think still we've got solid defenses. We've got solid offenses. These are two phenomenal teams. Now, the last time out, Dallas blew the Boston Bruins out of the water. It was a 6-1 win. This was all the way back last season in January. When I look at this, I think Boston is just going to come out so strong at home. This is a really hard place to go against Boston. We look at them in their last 11 home games, won each and every one of those. I can't go against Boston. We're paying too much juice at -154. So I don't love them, but definitely love them to throw in a money line parlay. I know that we have both of these teams so strong offensively, but I think we're going to see defense step up. I think on those penalty kills, both of these teams are going to be able to stop their opponents from scoring. I'm going to take the under 6. I know a lot of people jumping to that over in this one, just looking at the ability of both of these teams to score the goals. But with Ottinger and Ullmark in, I don't see it coming in. Now, strong trends to the under between these two is 7 of the last 9 meetings hitting that under. And for the last 5 in Boston, also hitting the under. This is going to be the hardest team offensively that the Dallas Stars have met. So my only concern is the speed of the Boston Bruins and their ability to get those shots on goal at 36.7. This could be one where Ottinger has an off day because they haven't faced anyone like Boston so far. But I do think we stay under that total. I think Boston is definitely a great way to go. I guess you could look at the Stars team total. It's one thing I haven't looked at yet. The Dallas Stars team total, if that is at 3.5, it's probably at 2.5 coming into this one. I wouldn't touch it, you guys. I just like the under 6 for the game and the Bruins to get the win. Let's move on to the next one. We have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Montreal Canadiens. And while you guys are in the chat and in all the places here, make sure you drop who you guys are liking today. I really like to see your guys' opinions on these games. Drop your best parlays, too, that you have for the day. Let's move on to the next one. The Minnesota Wild taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the Wild not having the season they had hoped for to start. They're 1-3-1 on the season. Fleury just is not playing well right now with a goals against average of 5.24. Now, their defense isn't helping him out. They're allowing those shots on goal. The defense allowing 5.4 goals per game. They have won, though, their last 10 games in Montreal or versus Montreal as a favorite. The Wild looking to come out strong. They're too high on the money line at -215 here on the money line. We've got a total of 7. Now, the Montreal Canadiens will be more likely than not starting Jake Allen here. Now, Allen rolls in here with a 2.77 goals against average. He has been strong. This defense is holding pretty solid, only allowing 3 goals per game. But offensively, they're just not getting those goals on the board to really help this team out at 2.67. We have seen the Montreal Canadiens in situations pull off amazing upsets. I think they will do enough in this one to keep it tight. And there's still value on that puck line. You can grab them +1.5 on the puck line. And I think it's a solid way to go. Now, this total, I think, is too high. We've got that total of 7. I don't like it. I think this one stays under here. For this to stay under, we need the Minnesota Wild to not allow these goals. For Fleury to be able to stop that puck tonight for this to stay under, because otherwise we know the Montreal Canadiens could get the goals to push this one. Both defenses are struggling, but again, I think this is too high. Now, trends towards the Montreal Canadiens, really interesting in the last 7 days. The home underdog coming off a loss is 3-1. The home underdog straight up is 6-3. And the underdog coming off a loss is 16-5. I do think there is value in sprinkling on the Montreal Canadiens here to pull off the upset. at plus 176. It's worth a sprinkle, but I do think the puck line plus 1.5 is your safest. The home team between these two has been notoriously strong as well, going 12-5 in those last 17 meetings. So it's going to be a good game, you guys. I really do think that this is the opportunity for Montreal to pull off another upset. You know, we've seen it. You know, we've bet for them. We had them taking on who? The Tampa Bay Lightning to get the win, and they were able to do that. We had them in a couple other situations. So let's get on to the next game. I'm seeing everyone's plays coming in here. Big Sis got the Blue Jackets beating the Coyotes, the Avs over the Rangers. We're going to get to that one in a second. Jose, thank you for your parlay, you guys. You can see that on the screen right now. He's going to take the Chicago Blackhawks team total over 2.5. Boston Bruins money line. The rest of those are there. So you guys, if you want to tail that, let's jump on to the next one. We got the New Jersey Devils taking on the Detroit Red Wings. This one's pretty even. Both here coming in. Basically a pick 'em here on the money line. You're paying a little bit more juice for the Red Wings here at home. This total has gone from 6.5 to 7. These teams do trend to that over in Detroit, going 5-2-1 in the last 8 meetings. I'm not going to touch the total in this one. These two teams just played. It was 10 days ago. It was October 15th. These teams played. The Red Wings came out and dominated, winning that 5-2. So right pushing on that number of 7. In this one, I'm going to just look at the Red Wings to have another solid game here over the Devils. I think they come out nice and strong. They're 4-1 in their last 5 versus the Eastern Conference. And when we look at the Devils, they are not strong on that back-to-back. So I'm fading them on a back-to-back night with no rest. They do show their struggles in this situation. They also lose as an underdog on their second leg of a back-to-back. So they're just that slight underdog here, so I'm not weighing it too much in, but I'm weighing more into where you look at the Devils. The last 4 meetings, overall, they have lost to the Red Wings. They've also gone 5-14 in the last 19 meetings in Detroit. So give me the Detroit Red Wings here to get the win over the New Jersey Devils. Let's jump on to the next one, you guys. Again, thank you for joining me here for Puck It with Joe. We are live Monday to Friday, every day of the week at 3:30 Eastern, 3:30 Eastern. And then on weekends, I'm still running Puck It with Joe on Saturday and Sunday, so make sure you jump on. I'm trying to get those up before any of the games kick off. So that is around 12 Eastern. I'm trying to get those shows up by. So make sure you join me 7 days a week here, you guys. We love talking hockey here on Puck It with Joe. The next game is the Colorado Avalanche taking on the New York Rangers. This is a hard one. We have 2 very solid teams. Igor Shesterkin expected in goal for the New York Rangers. He has a 2.75 goals against average. We know Igor hasn't been playing at the level that we saw him last season. He started off a little rusty here. We are seeing the New York Rangers coming in averaging just over 3 goals per game, getting those shots on goal at 35.3. Now the Colorado Avalanche are averaging a 3.67 goals per game. They're being limited on their shots, just under 30 shots on goal. And both of these teams just allowing above 3 goals per game. Now this total of 6.5, I don't love it. I think the biggest opportunity here is to take the Rangers. I know Colorado seems to be the stronger team to a lot of people, but I think the Rangers here at home have every ability to get the win. I think the Garden's going to be rocking tonight. The home team has had such advantage, going 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. Now, I think the biggest struggle for the Colorado Avalanche is they aren't doing well staying out of the penalty box. And when they get in the penalty box, their opponents are able to score on them. They're only getting that penalty kill 61% of the time. It's not enough against this New York Rangers team. If the New York Rangers can get the Colorado Avalanche in that penalty box, which I think they can, because Colorado's getting penalties left, right, and center, I think the New York Rangers win this. So give me the New York Rangers here in the Garden to get a nice win. Yeah, I love what you're saying, Benjamin, as well. Got to go with the Rangers on home ice, especially coming off that loss. It's going to be an interesting one. Yes, I do have NBA picks as well, Jose, but not on this show. This is just Pocket with Joe. So stay tuned to my YouTube for NBA videos. Let's move on to the next one. We have the Florida Panthers taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now the Panthers coming in huge favorites here, minus 245 on that money line. They're 4-1-1 on the season. The Chicago Blackhawks coming in 3-2 on the season, plus 198 at home. Total has dropped from 7 to 6.5. You guys know right away, I freaking love plus money. I so want to take the Chicago Blackhawks here. Don't know if I'm going to get to the window on taking them as a full unit bet. I probably might do a sprinkle. I'm going to take them on the puck line at plus 1.5 at minus 120. I think the Blackhawks can keep this one tight. The last time out, the Florida Panthers did shut out the Blackhawks. This was back in March. It was a 4-0 win for the Florida Panthers. But I don't know if it's going to happen in this one with Chicago at home. We go back to that trend of home underdogs off a win, or 9-3 in the last 30 days, which is a 75% win rate. I think they have the opportunity to pull it off. The Blackhawks also come in rested. They're strong off that rest, going 4-1 in their last 5 games, playing on 1 day's rest. And the home team between these two has the ice advantage, going 7-3 in those last 10. Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks have won their last 4 at home. I so want to take them here. Both of these teams are averaging just over 3 goals per game. The Blackhawks are being limited on their shots, though. The Panthers defense are holding teams to 2.83. We should have Bobrovsky in goal tonight. For the Chicago Blackhawks to win this one, they're going to have an absolutely perfect game. We know the Florida Panthers are the better team. Chicago on home ice, though, there is value on that puck line at plus 1.5 at minus 120. So that is the strongest bet. If you like that plus money like me and can't get past sprinkling on them on the money line, because you'll be kicking yourself in the ass tonight when they win it. If they win it, then sprinkle, because that's what I'm going to do. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. The Avs just have a terrible penalty kill. They're just not doing well. And thank you, Big Sis Lisa. I appreciate all of you guys. I see all of you guys in here every day, and I really appreciate it. Let's move on to the next one. We've got the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on my Calgary Flames. Right away, I got to look at this total. We have a total of 6.5. We know how well both of these teams are doing offensively. The Pittsburgh Penguins coming in here after being limited by the Edmonton Oilers. Would they get 3 goals last night? Oilers got the win. And Calgary, strong here as well. Both of these teams getting the goals. The Pittsburgh Penguins are first in the league, averaging just under 5 goals per game at 4.83. And they're second in the league for these shots on goal. They're going to be reining these shots in on Markstrom tonight. They're averaging 39 shots on goal per game. Calgary getting the shots as well, 36.8, and averaging that 3.6. I am tempted to take the Pittsburgh Penguins here at plus 150. I know the Calgary Flames are my team, you guys, but DeSmith expected in goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. If this is a high-scoring game, I expect it to be a high-scoring game because I expect Markstrom to let in a couple of easy ones. We have seen him shaky to start the season. I think this is another one where both of these goalies let in 3 goals apiece, and this one could go to overtime. Going to overtime, I'm going to put my money on the Pittsburgh Penguins. I hate to say it. The underdogs on a back-to-back are 5-1 in the last 7 days. Road underdogs coming off a loss are 13-4 in the last 7 days. It doesn't look good for my Calgary Flames here. They are the younger and bigger team, but we know the Pittsburgh Penguins have Sidney Crosby. He's dominating. This team is strong offensively. They're moving that puck around, but Sidney Crosby already has 11 points on the season. They're a really balanced team. Penguins have got 6 goals or more in 4 of their 6 games this season. This is going to be a long night for my Calgary Flames. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Calgary comes out and gets this win here. I just don't know. When we look at Calgary, they've lost their last 4 games when they're a favorite following a win. So the last 4 games, they've In the last 4 games, they've lost 5. Yeah, you know what I mean. They've lost, I can't say this. They've lost 4 of their last 5. That's how I'm saying it wrong. When they're favorite at home following a win. I don't think this is a good situation for them. They've been strong at limiting the shots on goal. If they can limit the Penguins today, if defense can step up, they could get this win, but I don't trust it. I think the Penguins get the win. I'm also going to go with the over. Yes, I remember what happened the last time I picked Carolina to beat Calgary. Do you know what happened in that? There was a goalie change. Frederik Andersen expected in goal. If Frederik Andersen was out and not Ranta, who got called in later. You guys remember this. Remember that. At this time, these are the goalies I expect. If we have the goalie changes, it changes everything, especially between Frederik Andersen and Ranta for the Carolina Hurricanes. That is like a huge difference there. And yes, there are big ifs here in these games. I'm going over every game on the board. If you want to know my best bets, you guys, you can find those out. But these are every game on the board. I'm giving you my leans on everything. Am I taking the Pittsburgh Penguins in my premium plays? No. But I do think this is a stronger trend to that over in that game. Let's move on to the Buffalo Sabres taking on the Seattle Kraken. Now, the Buffalo Sabres have been phenomenal. This is game 4 of a 4-game road trip. They've won their last 3. They beat the Oilers and then the Flames. I was so wrong about that. Being able to beat both teams in Alberta is extremely hard and rare. So they beat the Oilers, Flames, then Canucks, and now they're facing the Seattle Kraken. Now, Jones expected in goal for the Seattle Kraken. He has a 3.91 goals against average. This team is averaging 3 goals per game, allowing 3.86. And they're limiting the shots on goal. They're doing strong at that at 27.6. Now, they've won their last 4 games at home. They've been strong at home. And they're not doing well on the penalty kill. They're allowing teams to score on that. And when we look at the Buffalo Sabres, they come in, although they're on the road, they are on rest. They're 5-0 in their last 5 games on 2 days rest. And I love the Sabres, but I'm seeing so many people behind the Sabres here, finding it hard to get behind them. Combrey expected in goal. Now, he's only allowing an average of 3 goals per game. This team is strong offensively, averaging 4.4, and they're 3rd best in the league of limiting those goals, only allowing a 2.2, but they're allowing those shots to come in on goal. So it's all left up to the goaltending. It's not the defense that is helping out here, because defensively they're allowing 38.8 shots on goal. I want to take the Seattle Kraken here. Not sure if I can get behind them, especially with this juice at -132. I don't think there's value in a parlay. I'm going to throw the Seattle Kraken in because I think this is their opportunity. I think too many people are all over Buffalo. Too many people are looking at those last 3 games and saying automatically, you're taking Buffalo, you're getting them +108. Why is Buffalo coming in here with plus money after the 3 teams they just beat? I know the Canucks are in so much trouble, but they beat the Oilers and then the Flames. And then they beat the Canucks, and the books are giving us +108 for Buffalo. It feels like a trap to me. Give me the Seattle Kraken at -132. I think the best way to take this game is to take the over 6.5. I see the goals coming in. We know that Seattle has been allowing those goals. We also know that the Buffalo Sabres have been getting them, and Seattle has been able to get them and won their last 4 on home ice. So as a favorite. So it is as a favorite that they won on home ice. So we also look at the Kraken. 8 of their last 9 games at home following a road loss have gone over that total. So I think that's super strong trends to that over. And also when we look at the last time these 2 teams faced up, it was back in November of last season. Seattle won that one 7-4. So I'm going to take the over 6.5 in this one, and I lean on the Seattle Kraken for the win. And yes, I am with you here. Their team total over 2.5 is definitely a great way to go in this matchup. They have to get over 2.5 goals if they want to win this one. So nice way to look at that game. The next one on the ice, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the LA Kings. Now, this one is a hard one. Tampa coming in here as a favorite, minus 130. We've got the LA Kings up plus 106. We've got a total of 6.5. Vasilevsky expected in goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He has a 2.52 goals against average. This team is averaging 3 goals, allowing 3.17. Jonathan Quick expected for the LA Kings. He has a 3.94 goals against average. This team is averaging just over 3 at 3.29 and allowing 4.43. Now, the Kings have lost their last 2 games, and the Tampa Bay Lightning have won their last 2. In LA, the Tampa Bay Lightning have covered the puck line in their last 5. I want to take the Tampa Bay Lightning here, minus 1.5 at plus 185. The whole world is all over Tampa. The money's coming in on Tampa. If Tampa gets this win, I think they get it big. I think they get it by those 2 goals. I'm going to lightly bet the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 1.5 at plus 185. They're just too strong coming into this. They have the momentum. I like where they're going. I love the LA Kings, but I don't know if the LA Kings can get the win. If I'm liking Tampa here on the puck line at minus 1.5, I do still think we go over this total. I think the LA Kings get some goals as well. I think we're going to sweat this puck line. I think that puck line probably comes with the empty netter in the 3rd period, but the over is strong between these 2 teams, going 6-1-2 in the last 9 meetings and 3-0-1 in the last 4 meetings in LA. The LA Kings, the total has gone over in their last 5 games as well. So I think this is one where we see the goals coming in. What do you guys think? We're going to get the goals? I think we do. Do you guys think that the Tampa Bay Lightning can cover the puck line? At plus, you guys know I search for this plus money. I love plus 185 for the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line here. Everyone's all over them plus or minus 130. I want the value. If I'm going to win, I'm going to win. The favorites are also 7-0 in the last 7 meetings between these 2. So Tampa on the money line for a parlay is a nice way to look at it as well. And the Lightning are 5-0 in the last 5 meetings in LA. So give me the Tampa Bay Lightning to keep rolling. The Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. Now the Vegas Golden Knights are coming in here at minus 176. San Jose coming in here at plus 146. San Jose did something that I didn't expect them. They got 3 goals in their last game out. They actually got goals on the board. They are still only averaging 1.88. That was 1.83 before coming into this one. So they are getting some momentum. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that momentum going here against the Vegas Golden Knights, who are only allowing 2 goals per game, 1st in the league for allowed goals and 29.4 shots on goal. So they're playing so solid defensively, averaging 3.14. When we look at the Vegas Golden Knights versus the San Jose Sharks in their last 5 matchups, they have won that 1st period. So I do think there's value in taking the Vegas Golden Knights in the 1st period. But they failed to cover the puck line on the 2nd night of a back-to-back. So I wouldn't be taking the LA or the Vegas Golden Knights here on the puck line for the game. It's too much juice for the full money line bet here at minus 176. So I can't get behind them. Again, I think the Vegas Golden Knights win this one. They're 20-8 in the last 28 meetings versus the San Jose Sharks. They're also 7-0 in the last 7 in San Jose. And we've seen the San Jose Sharks lose their last 8 games as a home underdog. They're just not strong in this position. But when we look back at that trend of home underdogs off a win are 9-3 in the last 30 days, that's a 75% win rate. It does scare me a little. I think this is a tight one. I don't think there's enough value on the San Jose Sharks plus 1.5 on that puck line. So I'm going to stay off the side. For parlay reasons, I'd take Vegas. So I think they get the straight up win. And for the Sharks on that puck line, what I'm talking about with the value plus 1.5 is minus 160. You guys don't mind my dog. If you can hear him shaking in the chair behind my computer screen, I just gave him the look and he looked back at me like, I'm sorry. So I think in this one, though, with the total of 6.5, I'm going to take it under. I don't see the Sharks getting these goals today. They're only averaging that 1.88. Like I said, before getting those 3 goals in their last one, it was 1.83. This team just is not scoring. Give me the under 6.5. Strong trends to that under, going 10-4-1 in the last 15 meetings. The last time these two teams did match up, though, it was last April. It was a 9-goal game with the San Jose Sharks coming out, winning that 5-4. I don't see it happening. James Reimer coming in here for the San Jose Sharks. He has been strong in goal, only allowing 2.21 goals per game. And Aiden Hill expected for the Vegas Golden Knights. I like what he is doing as well, only allowing those 2 goals per game. So give me the under 6.5. I think that's the best way to take this one. That's all of the games. Oh my God, we flew through that, you guys. I did not think we would get through all of those games in 30 minutes. Let's do a recap. We're going to recap all of the games that I'm liking, and then we're going to look at my long shot parlay and my better shot parlay. I don't know. What are we calling this parlay? Give me a name for the one that's not as hard. My best parlay, I guess, for all of the games, my best bet on each one of them. Okay, so we're going to recap these. Grab a pen. This is what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are all having a great day. It is Tuesday. I can't believe it's already October 25th. When I look at the Arizona Coyotes and the Columbus Blue Jackets, we have a total of 6.5. I'm going to hit it over. I also like the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 3.5. We're paying a bit of juice at -134. If I had to pick a side, it would be the Columbus Blue Jackets to get the win. The Dallas Stars versus the Boston Bruins. I like the Boston Bruins here on the money line. It's highly juiced, so this is for a parlay. And I like the under 6. I think this is defense all day in this one. The Minnesota Wild and the Montreal Canadiens. Give me the Montreal Canadiens +1.5 on that puck line and the under 7 in this game. The New Jersey Devils and the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to roll with the Detroit Red Wings to get the win here on home ice. The Colorado Avalanche and the New York Rangers. Give me the Rangers at home here in the Garden at -110. The Florida Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Give me the Blackhawks on the puck line at +1.5 at -120. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Calgary Flames. Give me the over 6.5 in this one. The Buffalo Sabres and the Seattle Kraken. Give me the over 6.5. And I'm leaning on the Seattle Kraken to get the win here at home. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the LA Kings. Give me the over 6.5 in this one. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning for a sweat to cover that puck line at -1.5 at +185. For the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. Give me the under 6.5 in this one. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights on that money line to get the win. Remember, they failed to cover the puck line in their last 4 on a second leg of a back-to-back. So let's look also again at, that was the recap, the parlay. Grab a pen. Let's do this. $10 for the long shot parlay pays out $2,636.42. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. Stevie, I'm not sure what you mean there. Remember how Sports Select is. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you could clarify what you mean, because you guys know I love talking to you guys. I love interacting with you here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. If you guys are on Facebook and YouTube, I can see all of your comments when I'm filming this. On Twitter, I'm sorry, I cannot see you guys right now. Western lottery tickets. Yes, exactly. Parlays are completely lottery tickets. So let's get back to these lottery long shot parlays. I'm going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line, the Minnesota Wild on the money line. While I do think that the Canadiens keep it tight, I still think the Wild probably pull off the win. The Boston Bruins, the Red Wings, the Rangers, the Panthers, the Penguins. I hate that I'm taking the Penguins. The Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights. So that's the long shot parlay, you guys. Like I said, My book for $10 is paying $2,636.42. The safer parlay, I think it's safer, but $10 still pays out $2,278.21. We're going to take the Arizona Coyotes and the Columbus Blue Jackets over 6.5. We're going to take the Montreal Canadiens plus 1.5. We're going to take the Boston Bruins game under 6. We're going to take the Red Wings on the money line, the New York Rangers on the money line, the Chicago Blackhawks plus 1.5 on the puck line, the Penguins and the Calgary Flames over 6.5, the Seattle Kraken on the money line, and the Tampa Bay Lightning on the money line. $10, $2,278.21. You guys, if you're watching this, let me know which leg of this parlay is going to kill me. If you could take 3 games out of this show that you think are going to hit, let me know that as well. Let's have some fun in these comments so everyone can make money. If you think 3 of these teams are going to win, let us know what those are. I appreciate you guys for joining me here for Puck It with Joe. Remember, I will be back tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. 3:30 Eastern all week long, around noon Eastern on the weekends. You guys, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave a comment below. If you're on Twitter, if you could retweet this, I would appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Keep smiling. And let's make some freaking money. And remember, last thing, if you guys are placing these bets, you can shop your lines over at Betstamp. Use referral code Madden. Make sure you always get the best value, because at the end of the day, it is a huge difference when you're betting every single day $1 or $2 here or there. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me here on Puck It with Joe.